Greetings, today I'll be talking about what it's like to start up a YouTube channel in the mental health niche as a new YouTube content creator. Greetings, my name is Nigel Mayo and this is my channel Salad Green Boy. If you're finding me for the first time, this channel is dedicated to improving the mental state of those with mental health issues such as anxiety, depression and many more. Today I'll be doing something a little bit different. So in this video I'll be going through what it's like to start a mental health channel on YouTube while it's still relatively new to me. I'll be going through what you might need to know if you want to start one up yourself. And at the very least I can look back at this video and just cringe after a few years. So if you get any value from this content or if you just simply enjoy it, I was wondering if you'd consider hitting that like button. If you want to see a few more tips and tricks on how to bring a bit more positivity into your life or maybe the life of others, and just in general improve your mental state, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell to keep up with all my latest content. It really does help all of your favourite YouTubers grow their channels and give them a little bit of support. Right then, now introductions are out the way, let's begin, shall we? So back in August 2020 when I first started this channel, okay, that's not too long ago, but when I first started out I actually was trying to be a review channel for TV and movies and finding stuff that can help release stress at the end of the day for people who have a mental health condition. However, with the current
unspecified virus from an unknown location,
the repercussions started to show and things started to dry up. It started to hit me that the mental health of the world was starting to deteriorate and I needed to start providing more tangible content for my audience so they could actually use it for their own mood and mental health, to honestly help those people who are really starting to struggle. Not to say that I'll never review a TV program or a movie in the future, it's just that with the current climate and especially with all this agenda going about in the media, let's just say my priorities have changed somewhat. So with that said, here's a few questions that I thought would need answering. So like I said earlier, the mental health of the world is on the decline. Many have lost their jobs, many have lost their homes, many have lost their loved ones, and there are people who are literally being cut off from the rest of the world around them. Now this started to make me think, now I'm not a medical professional or mental health professional, but I start using my experiences in my own mental health and the solutions that I come up with in my own personal research to start helping other people with their problems and start answering questions that really need to be answered. And you know what, at the very least, I think it's just nice to be able to be kind. That's it, just that. Kind. Just kind. Honestly, just three things. One, a camera, even if it's just a camera on your smartphone. You need words or a script, and a clear, concise message that your audience can understand and relate to. When should you start it? Honestly, yesterday, right now. If you have a message in mind and you're able to get that message out and help people, you need to start doing it now. Any later, any procrastination, which is what I did before I started my channel, and I come to the same conclusion, waiting any longer is, to be quite frank, a bit selfish. And I'm not just saying that to you, I'm saying that about myself as well. To think that I had a camera, I had the will, I had the intent and I had the words, and for me to withhold any kind of help and message from the world, I was being selfish. And honestly, there's only so much procrastinating that you can do before you run out of excuses. So honestly, the best thing you can do is just start messy, start before you're ready, just turn on that camera and press record. You're going to make mistakes along the way, and like anything else, it's trial and error before you get it completely right. And honestly, even the best YouTubers in the world still have their own problems, but as long as you actually start, that's progress. Okay, at the making of this video, I really haven't been doing this long. I only just started in August 2020. And at last count, I've only got 34 subscribers, that's today. But honestly, even now, I'm starting to see the benefits. I'm actually starting to get messages from people to say, thank you so much for the content that you put out, it means so much, and it's actually answered a few questions. And that's all I really want. I want to be able to help people, and if I can make one person's life that just a little bit better, honestly, it's made the whole process worth it. So the thing about a mental health channel is that, okay, yes, it's good to have goals and it's good to have a game plan and all the rest of those good things, but it's not really going to do you much good if you don't have a clear message and you don't think about that message first, if you don't put that quality of your content first. Because ultimately, no matter what niche you're in, whether it be mental health, whether it's getting the best camera, whether it's video gaming, the people that you really need to reach and make happy are your audience, because those are the people that's going to watch your films, those are the people who are going to click like, subscribe, notification about all the rest of it, and yes, please do, wink wink, nudge nudge. But those people, they're the people who are going to put a roof over your house eventually when you get monetized. So you need to figure out your message so that they understand it, you understand it, and everyone's happy. Because the second that you're all about the figures, you're all about being monetized and making money first, then you're not going to be able to achieve that if you can't even figure out your message and ultimately respect the audience. So with that said, before you think about monetization, the best thing you can do is think about how you're going to do it. Do the how first, not the end. Okay, yes, it's good to start with the end in mind, but without that how, where are you going to go from there? So I'll just tell you about a few things that I've started. I've just started a 10-part video series on how people can get to sleep with anxiety, and there's a few more things that I have in the works, and that's going to be taking me for at the very least the next 6 months, quite possibly the whole year if I just bring out one video a week. And if there are any other aspirations, any other videos, any other ideas that come my way in the meantime, I can post as and when it comes to me. Like this video right now, I'm doing this in the middle of another video series. But the point is, you can't just be thinking about your next video. That's the worst thing you can do, because all you're going to do then is that you're going to be stressed out about that next video. If you plan ahead, if you start bulk filming, it's going to come much easier for you later. And I've only just started figuring that out for myself. And honestly, the whole idea about bulk is from what I got from Think Media, and that was just about a week ago. Honestly, without them, I probably wouldn't have even thought about doing this video right now. So one of the other things I've done is open up a Patreon account. The link to that is in the description below. And yes, okay, the thing is with that, the Patreon, I'm not going to get very far with it right now. I'm just being realistic. But the thing is, now that I've done it now, when I start to pick traction up later, it's already there and it's one less thing to think about. The more prep work you can do right now, the easier it's going to become later. And theoretically, if I can get a good following, Patreon's already there and I can start getting myself a good secondary income. And the other thing I've started doing recently, it's going to be a weekly thing, and I'm going to stick to that like my life depends on it. A weekly live stream which focuses on creating a space for those with anxiety, suffering from loneliness, and just give them that space so that they can interact, put a few messages on the chats. I've even made a format so they can comment anonymously, because the thing about with people with mental health, they don't necessarily want to be known or have people know what is going on with them. So it's just another thing that I've thought about. But my point is, it's just another one of those projects that is going to be taking me well into the year before I even think about doing something else to add on to it. I'm going to get that right first, and as soon as I feel that I'm really good at that, I'll move on. But it's all about planning. And the thing is, with all of the projects I'm doing, this, that, the other, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, every single one of those projects has one one message in mind: mental health, making sure that I am giving people the information they need so that they can improve their mental state. One message. Loads of different messages, but one clear, concise thing. So yeah, to answer the question, yes, I do have a plan and I do have goals. I do want to get monetized. Who doesn't? But the first thing that needs to be made clear is that message. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. How do you expect your audience to understand your message and relate to it when you don't know what it is yourself? So, as I'm starting to find out myself, starting a YouTube channel in any niche is hard. I mean, really, really hard. But just as long as you're consistent, you prioritize quality over quantity, and you get that message clear and concise so anyone can understand, you really won't go far wrong. And most importantly, start now, start messy, and make all your mistakes so that you can start learning from them. So all I really gotta say now is, if you got value from this video and all of its content, I'd like you to consider liking it. If you want to hear more information and more tips and tricks on how to improve your mental state and how to get a bit more positivity in your life, I'd like you to consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell to keep up with my latest content. Because, well, you know, hang on a minute. Here we go. So it's like I always say, at the end of the day, it gets dark. And that's not creepy at all.